a dick. Now it's stuck in my head.
He was just playing it, though.
Was he just playing?
He first just started singing.
Wait a minute. When I came in, I thought that joke was specifically tailored for me.
Not at all.
Andy, you two-timing son of a bitch.
What?
You two-timing son. I thought you had that joke for me this morning where you were like, Nick, I played this special Rob Zombie song just for you. Because you know how much I love Blade Runner, and that's taken from the original Blade Runner. Come here. But you didn't. You were playing it all afternoon.
It's like...
You know what? It's so like you to just totally do that joke and offend me and then totally redeem yourself right now.
Yeah,
just nailed it.
Classic
You just fucking nailed it. Welcome to the Kind of Funny Morning Show, everybody. Welcome. Happy Monday morning. I'm Nick. That's Tim. We're going to be going over some fun news stories today. We got lots to talk about. We got a lot of housekeeping stuff. For those of you who are new to the show, we do this every morning, 11 a.m. Pacific time, Best Coast, West Coast. We do it live on twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames. We'd love you to join us, be in the chat, hang out. We talk to you guys. If you want, you can actually subscribe to us, which is cool. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription. You can do that. You get private emotes, private chat time with us. Not private emotes. You get cool emotes, private chat time with us. We're going to play some games with our subs at some point this week. It's going to be phenomenal. But if you don't want to do that, of course, we post this show to YouTube every day. You can watch it there. You can comment there. Please subscribe. I bet you got a friend named Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a friend named Ryan.
It's true.
Let your friend Ryan know that Tim and Nick were talking about him on the morning show today.
Hey, Ryan.
What's up, Ryan?
How's the kids?
I hope you're having a great day. I got a friend named Ryan who works at Blizzard. I hope you're doing well.
I like that guy. He's
tell
a
your
good
boy
dude.
Ryan to subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
Hell yeah.
It's a cool thing to do. And Ryan's a cool guy, from what I understand.
From what I understand.
Now he's cool. Before
Now
he used
he's
to be
cool.
crazy. He used to be crazy. You used to call him Crazy Ryan.
Crazy Ryan. How are you doing, Nick?
I'm doing well. If you guys don't, I'm very tired.
Yeah.
We'll get to our shenanigans last night, our romp last night. That went from a nice Sunday night to a Tim and Gia Sunday night where we took it up a notch.
It was a disaster.
Let me get through the spiel and then we'll go. Of course, if you don't want to watch on YouTube, you can watch on. You can listen to this on iTunes. We put it up there. Phenomenal, fantastic. Subscribe, do all that stuff. Tim.
Yes.
Last night, I tweeted out. Well, I didn't tweet out. I Instagram storied out. As you know, that I do Nick at Night, the premier video blog series on Instagram.
Yes.
That is on my stories. If you guys want to follow me at my nightly adventures, you can go and do that. I Instagrammed out last night. Is it grammed? That grammed out? What do you do?
I don't know.
What's the fucking verb?
I
posted.
Yes.
I posted last night that it was an OMG nightclub, which is in the heart of the worst part of San Francisco.
It is horrible.
It's horrible. But it's Sunday and they have what's known as the most brutal open mic possible. Like it's just fucking brutal. But everyone does that before they go over to the SF showcase because if they're picked to go to the showcase, they want to be, they want to have
warmed up.
Yeah, you're warmed up a little.
Crushed a little bit.
So I was like, cool, I'll check this out. It's kind of fun for me to on this journey of mine. And then I go up and do my set. I sit down. And I'm trying to figure out what's going to happen next. I'm like, maybe I should go get dinner. Maybe I'll go home for a second. And I look over, and in walks Tim and Gia. And they took the energy level of that place from 0 to 100%.
Hell yeah.
And we started drinking. And I was like, I'm going to this other show.
Yeah.
Punchline. You guys, I think you dig this. Now, I don't know if you knew what that show was going to be.
Absolutely not. Because in my experience, I went to a couple of these open mics.
You've gone to some of my open mics, yeah.
And I've been to 2 locations now. The Milk Bar on Haight Street, which is a classic venue for smaller artists. I once saw Macklemore there.
Sure.
Back in the day, whatever. Then we went to this place called Brainwash Cafe, which is laundromat / comedy cafe.
Yeah.
Right? Those 2 experiences, similar, but very different.
Right. So the Brainwash, generally when you go over to Brainwash, that means there's a showcase of some sort that Tony Sparks has put together with all of the people who normally go there for an open mic.
And I feel like the Brainwash, it's a fun experience where you go there and a lot of the people that go up are at least okay.
Yeah,
competent. There's a couple standouts. They're competent. They're up there. They know what they're doing.
You're not at ground zero.
And there's an audience that is participating and laughing and being part of the show. It's great. The Milk Bar, I'd say it's a step down from that.
Okay.
Where the people that go up there, they seem like they don't really understand the point of what they're doing some of the time.
Okay.
Like there's a couple good ones. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen a good one.
At Milk Bar?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it feels like they just kind of go up there and they're just talking and they don't really care if the audience likes it or not. It doesn't help that the audience there the place isn't really conducive to a
Milk
good
Bar is
comedy
hard
experience.
because for the most part you're getting people who are at a bar and then maybe 10, 15 feet away down a little bit of a hallway stretch, kind of not really, like it kind of narrows into the stage, and it's difficult to keep people's attention. Because
Absolutely.
For the most part, when people are drinking at a bar, they best intentions. You always start, and we even did this when we were at OMG, where I'm like, I'm trying to, I'm here to support some of these guys that I've become friends with, and they're going up to work some new material, so I'm going to give them my attention. But then Gia's there. I don't get to hang out with Gia all that often.
So you start
talking about the Lady Gaga documentary, and I'm like, oh my god, that one part, and she's like, and all of a sudden, I realized how loud we're being, and the comic on stage is just trying to get through his material. I'm like, oh, we're being very rude.
We're being bad, man.
But it's too fun to talk to Gia because she's fun to party with.
That's true, but
also shout out to Gia for crushing martinis on a Sunday night,
dude.
Very, very eloquent of her.
That was something. I mean, here's the thing. So we went to this the first one, and oh my god, no, that was the name of the nightclub, OMG.
OMG.
But holy crap, that was 10 steps down from anything I've been to. Where we walk in, there's not even an audience. There's just 5 other comedians that are going up, and no one's laughing.
OMG is...
No one's even listening.
There are a few open mics that are crucibles. They're just things that, like, aspiring stand-up comedians like myself do, I think, just because that's as bad as it gets. And if that's
I can't imagine it being any worse.
If that's as bad as it gets, there's something weird about putting yourself in a situation where that's as bad as it gets. You see the utter, like, this is horribly demeaning and humiliating, and like it evokes that emotion in you that's just like terror and sadness and loneliness all at the same point, and anxiety all at the same point. And then once you get through that, if you can get used to that and you can deal with that, well, then you're good.
Yeah.
Everything else by comparison is just a little bit better. So like, for instance, I went up there, you guys didn't see me, but then we'll talk about Punchline in a second, but then later after that, you were like, someone was like, hey, the late night mic at Milk Bar is open. We should go over there and do it. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And then at 1:30, I had a lot more fun. Granted, there were 3 people watching me instead of no one.
Yeah.
But I was a lot more, I've noticed that once I shake off the rust on that first one, no matter what it is, the second one's always just a little bit better. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
But then, so we leave OMG, and I was like, I'm going to the Punchline. The Punchline on Sunday nights features, it's just a pool of everyone that's doing comedy as an open micer or that level of like, they're not a paid regular just yet. Some people are, some people aren't. They're gigging around Northern California. They're trying to make their way, but they're not like they're not just starting.
They're not open mic.
It's that almost professional level.
Yeah.
And I like to go to there on Sundays to support a lot of the guys that are breaking through to that level.
I mean, you've been talking about this place forever.
Yeah,
and so I've been like, oh, I want to give it a shot. And so last night, when you're like, oh, I'm going, I was like, let's do it. Like, this is perfect. We didn't have anything to do. Gia has today off for whatever holiday it is, Columbus Day or anything?
It's Columbus Day today, I think.
So we ended up going to this thing, and it was different immediately because you had to buy a ticket to get in. It wasn't just like
The Punchline is a legit and very, very historic comedy club.
From the moment we walked in, I was like, oh my God, this is what a legit comedy show is, because I've never been to one. I've been to stand-up special type things, but just like, a showcase of like, quote unquote, real comedians.
Sure.
And from the moment it started to the moment it ended, I could not believe the level of quality.
Yeah.
These people were funny as fuck.
They're funny as fuck.
Their sets were so good, and everyone there wanted to be a part of it. It was fantastic. It was inspiring. Where I was like, they were the two opposite ends of the spectrum. The OMG nightclub was the saddest thing, where I'm like, why would anyone do this to themselves? And then Punchline was like, oh, this is why they do it to themselves, to get there.
And that's what's crazy is like, and that's what's hard to kind of wrap your head around, is that you could go to any mic and bomb, right? And then you can go immediately to a different crowd, different audience, different setting, and do well. And I've seen a lot of those people. I've seen people that were at the first mic go up Punchline and do very well. Very well. Crazy. And it's wild, but that's just kind of the process that they go through. But the Punchline was especially great last night.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why that was there was, different crowd obviously, but supposedly, and I think we confirmed this, Chappelle did a show right afterwards.
Right afterwards,
So at some point, either he was there or going to arrive in the building that we were at. And so that's why it's so exciting to do this stuff, is that you get to sit there and be inspired by people who are, a couple levels ahead of you. Mm-hmm. Then every once in a while, Dave fucking Chappelle shows up.
Yeah.
And you're like, he's just going to be on the same stage that my friends were just on.
Yeah.
And it's the great, like the stage and the mic is just the great equalizer. Who's to say? I have no idea if he did well last night.
Yeah.
I mean, odds are it's fucking
The odds are.
So he probably did an amazing hour, but who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one of the people that we saw was funnier. Who knows?
Who the fuck knows, man?
Any given Sunday, as they say.
Any given Sunday. I want to keep going back. That was so much fun, and I love that experience.
Yeah.
But then we decided, you know what? Let's keep this night going. Let's go back to the Milk Bar.
Yeah.
And we'll do one more late night open mic.
And I fucked up.
We get there at what, 10 p.m.?
We get there at 10:20ish because I think we left Punchline at
Yeah.
around. Oh no, we left. Yeah, we get there around 10. And you know, when you go in there, I know Terry, I know the event organizer, but they were just finishing a showcase, and I didn't know the list was already out. So I was there. I was like, let's have a cocktail, I'll wait for the list to get put out, and I'll try to get my name on there. I had no idea people were signing up. I was 21st on that list. I didn't go up until 1:30 a.m.
1:30 a.m. when there was no one left. And anyone that was there was fucking gone.
They were gone.
Myself included.
Yeah, you were
I
in a
drank
great place.
way too much last night.
Place.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
I regret everything
I remember
today.
checking back in with you because part of the fun for me is that I get to know the people that are around there, right? And I was like, I'm making friends with some people, and we're just like, it's fun and it's an environment. My friend Danique was there, and she's like one of my close buddies in comedy, and I was helping. She was like, we were just having a good time. And then I looked over at you, and you were sitting in the audience, and you were just like staring at the person who was on, and I was like, I wonder if Tim's still there. So I was trying to check back in with you, like, it's okay if you want to leave.
Oh,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
looked at me every single time. We're like, if you're here, I'm here.
I'm here, dude.
And I'm
no,
like, fucking
I was
A,
in
man.
Because
all right.
my thing is, as any chance I get, I want to document, I want to film you being up there.
Love it.
So that we have the footage for when you inevitably become super famous at it. And that's what was awesome. I was like, we're doing it. If Nick motherfucking Scarpino is staying out till 1:30 to get on stage, I'm going to fucking be there. But yeah, it was rough because these people, most of those people were not good.
No.
And when there's no one else in the crowd, it was just me, and they just kept picking on me. And I'm just like, I can't even handle this right now because I'm way too drunk.
Well, but that's kind of the fun part, right? Like, to put it in what I imagine sports are like.
Yeah,
okay, I'll try to do a sport.
Go for it, Nick.
Here comes another. Everyone, get your fucking ears ready, because here comes another choice Scarpino sports metaphor, right? Analogy. Reference. Let's just go with sports reference.
Okay.
When the football players they go out to practice, they push themselves really hard.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
They push themselves to 120%, so that when game day comes, they're conditioned and they're prepared. That is the theory, right?
Talking about football?
I hope so. I think so.
Okay.
Now, Andy, you know a lot about sports, right?
I do.
When the sports people practice, they go hard, right? So that they're conditioned for when it's game time, they can come and perform, right?
Hard in the paint.
What did you say?
Hard in the paint?
That's what they say.
Hard in the paint.
Well,
I thought you said hard in the
Walk
paint.
a flock of flame.
Walk a flock of flame. Post Malone. Oh my God. Cool, Greg.
Interesting tidbit about Post Malone. Post Malone's dad runs the concessions for the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
And so there was like an image that Post Malone posted, Malone, on Twitter yesterday, and it was like, I'm so proud of my dad. And it was like his dad on the big Jumbotron in Cowboy Stadium. And I looked it up, and I was like, I looked up Rich Post, and like Rich Post is like the guy who runs concessions. But it was hard to Google that because everybody's like, the number one Google search is how rich is Post Malone?
Yeah.
So no, I'm looking for Rich Post, his dad.
Right.
His dad.
Richard Post, Dick Post.
Dick Post.
Yeah.
Side note. Cool, Greg.
Yeah.
This is a story just for you. You helped me get a laugh from someone the other day. I was introducing myself to some new people, and one of the people we were kind of like, she was like screwing around, like kind of making fun of one of the guys there, yada yada yada. We're talking. She says Lil, and she was referring to, I forget, one of the hip hop artists that starts with Lil, and then I said, oh, like Lil Wayne, and she goes, yeah, or like Lil something, and I was like, or like Lil Uzi Vert. And she started laughing because me saying Lil Uzi Vert to her was the funniest fucking thing she's ever heard. And I almost texted you. I was like, thanks, Cool Greg.
Thanks, Cool Greg.
I made a new friend today because I know who Lil Uzi
Thanks
Vert
for
is.
keeping it real, you know what I mean?
Then what's hilarious is I was like, because I have no, you know me. I have
know you.
zero fucking understanding
absolutely.
of it. I was joking around last night when I was like, hey, I just discovered Post Malone.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've heard the songs before, but I don't know how big Lil Uzi Vert is, right? Because I'm not in that world. I look him up on Spotify. I was like, oh, I'm actually going to listen to Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
His top song has like 456 million listens. I'm like, holy shit.
Lil Uzi Vert, man.
Fucking A, man. No longer. He can't call himself Lil Uzi Vert anymore, man. It's just Uzi Vert.
Big Uzi Vert.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself.
Big Uzi
Big Uzi AK.
Well, I was trying to do like a horizontal vertical.
Oh, I see. I see.
So Tim.
Yes, Greg.
Man,
are you on the mic?
Yeah, I left here last night very drunk after a great Hell in a Cell, and with the intention to go see some jokes. I wanted to go get some laughs, man. I get all the way downtown, take out my phone. I'm like, I got Metro. This is not gonna help me. So I called Tim, like, hey, where exactly are you? And he's like, we're 5 minutes away from leaving. I'm like, fuck, that sucks. So I went and grabbed a beer, went to Union Square alone, by myself.
We got
to find out you guys kept rocking, man.
We went deep, dude. See, here's the thing. I told him, I was like, should I hit your brother up? And he goes, don't hit my brother up unless you know for sure you're gonna go on. And I'm like, that's a good call. Because I was, the whole night, I'm like, I gotta fucking go home. I gotta finish Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Bogus Journeys right after that. I got shit I gotta do.
Next time hit me, because I don't ever got shit to do.
Next time you come, I'm telling you, Tuesday. You wanna come with me?
I'm rocking, man.
Okay, I'm gonna drive you all the way up to some place called Boner Park?
Bronert Park. I don't know if you're gonna be able to make it up there.
Oh,
fucking
shit.
fires and shit.
That's a good call.
So right now, the whole like North Bay area is just ablaze on fire, and it started last night. And what's crazy about it, I mean, obviously, you know, I'm sorry to all the people affected by this.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. It is snowing ash right now in San Francisco.
It's fucking crazy. I woke up, I mean, it smells like a campfire right now everywhere.
Yeah.
And I opened my car door and just ash falls all over it. All over the streets, there's just like these like thickles of ash tree.
Thickles of ash tree parts.
You know what I mean?
No. But I mean,
it's like it looks like tumbleweeds.
Yeah, I know. It's like a thicket.
Encyclopedia term.
Yeah.
Thickles of ash wood bark.
Tree parts.
So if you're in Northern California area, they are actually issuing warnings of don't go outside and don't overexert yourself because the air is full of ash. So be careful. If you're in the Sonoma or Napa County area, please be careful. I know they're trying to contain the fires. They're still going though, right?
There's as of like 10 minutes ago, I was watching a live feed. It's just fucking burning.
Yeah, so be careful, everyone out there, and stay indoors. The world is burning. I think we're in the apocalypse. There's also another hurricane gonna hit soon. So we're all gonna.
Oh yeah, I got a warning for that.
Here's what I'm thinking. All that shit's happening. I'm like, when are we due? Because we're due. You know what I mean?
Earthquake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want it. I'm not asking for it. I'm just saying, like, you could feel it, right, Andy? At some point, the Earth is just going to open up and swallow this fucking city. It's just going to swallow us.
A great tweet that I read during all the hurricane and fires in LA, and it was like me in 2016, like, oh, this is the worst. I can't wait for next year. And it was like me in 2017. Hopefully, those 2 Category 5 hurricanes put out LA because it's on fire.
Damn.
Like, Jesus, it's so.
What a fucking world we live in.
Yeah, and I say that only living here since April. But I worry about it all the time. Actually, when the people downstairs are washing their clothes, I always think it's an earthquake. And I kind of prepare, and I feel like my window's shaking.
Dude, the thing, when there's an earthquake, you'll fucking know.
Oh, you'll know. Have you not felt the earthquake yet? No, you're about to.
It feels like there's giant dominoes coming down the street, and you can like feel them coming towards you,
Have
like
you ever
falling
fucked
over.
in an earthquake?
I never fucked in an earthquake.
Damn.
Actually, I did.
Damn.
But I didn't feel it. Because it was one of those
with the lights off. With the lights.
Render Block in the comments says, "Hey guys, a lot of guys are out there on the line are not from California. No, excuse me. Hey guys, a lot of the guys out on the line are not from California. Show some love to the wildland fighters that are deployed out there if you see them. Yeah, if you guys are out there and you see any firefighters, my brother-in-law's a firefighter. I don't know if he's actually gotten deployed down there yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did. That's a fucking hard job. That is a really, really hard job. That's a real job." Where like if you don't do your job, not like here where like if we don't do our job, whatever, people don't get their entertainment. If they don't do their job right, people could die. Yeah. So show some love. Shout out to the firefighters that are fighting that right now because that is not a good job. That's not an easy job at all. Okay. Having said all of that, a couple more housekeeping things. Of course, the Team Fat Apron is available right now. You all know Cooking with Greggy is a thing. It's definitely a thing. If you guys want the Team Fat Apron, go over to patreon.com/kindafunny. And during the month of October, if you support us at the fan mail tier, we will send you a Team Fat Apron. If you don't want a Team Fat Apron, what's wrong with you? Talk to your boy Ryan.
Go get Ryan.
Go get Ryan. Ryan will talk some sense into you.
Why does this look like garbage? Oh, never mind. I just buffered in.
Yeah.
It said HD on the bottom, right?
Well, everything buffered in except. Can you show? Cool, Greg. Can you bring this up? Everything buffered in except the lower part of Greg's face. That's still a little all scratchy and shitty looking, right? I don't know what the fuck's going on. Every once a year, Andy, you'll see this. because hopefully he'll be with us.
Try to grow it out.
Hopefully Funhouse won't steal you just yet.
We'll see.
Right? But next year he'll do it again.
We'll see what happens.
Every year he flirts with having a beard, and every year it gets to a point, and then
he did it at the Let's Play
do it.
reunion, and he walked in the room and it was like, "What do you think, Andy?" With a handlebar mustache. He was like,
it was like half a handlebar mustache.
He was like, "Are people gonna like this?" And I was like,
he was like, "Is this funny?" And it was like,
all of us were like, "No,
yeah.
it's not there."
It'd be funny to our audience, but the majority of people watching are Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter Funhouse fans.
Oh, shout out, by the way, shout out to Alan over at who works at the Punchline. He's he's a new Kind of Funny best friend. He discovered us because of the Let's Play Family Reunion.
Hell yeah.
He was like,
Nice
I'm
guy.
a huge Funhouse fan, an Achievement Hunter fan.
Oh, me too.
And now, and yeah, exactly. And he's like, now I actually kind of like you guys too.
Kind of like us.
Great, that's great. Hey, we'll take it.
I'll take it.
Yeah, fuck it. Bring this next one up. Cool, Greg. Bring up my Twitter. Let's see where we're
fuck
at.
it.
Let's see where we're at here. 68.9K.
We're so
We're so close. We're so
Gotta
close.
make it happen. We're like, what is that? 100 away? Less than 100 away? Yeah, do that sweet nasty hover, Greg. Hover over the 68.9.
Followers? Yeah, see what that looks like. Oh my God, it's so close.
89.
I have 89 more followers.
away.
And then I'm done. I'm capping it. I don't want any more than 69. That's not true at all. I want
Just
a million.
block
I
everybody
want
that
100%. Shout out, by the way, to the team that does hashtag Blade Runner 2049. They reached out to me and were like, hey, we might want to use this tweet at some point. I'm sure they're doing that with everyone, but I'm like, that's an awesome thing to do. Good for you.
Interesting.
Because it's an overly positive, kind of desperate tweet.
Let's jump to that news story, actually.
Oh, you want to go to that?
Yeah.
Hey, cool, Greg. Can you jump to the Blade Runner underperforming news story?
Sad.
Let's get into that. We all kind of speculated
to the
that
surprise
this might
of
be the
literally
case.
no one.
Box office, Blade Runner 2049 fades to 31.5 million opening weekend. Now, people were predicting, they always do this shit where they're like, it's on track to do this thing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how the fuck do you know that? You can't possibly fucking know that, right? And of course, sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong, but every time it's right, everyone's like, see? And you're like, oh, really? Oh, that makes sense, right? It's like when the weather guy's like, it's gonna be cold today, you're like, fucking broken clocks right twice a day. They said that they were hoping this would do 45 to 50 million. It only did 31.5 million, which is not great. I'll read the story instead of paraphrasing and getting everything wrong. Quote, Blade Runner 2049 is heading for a downbeat 31.5 million opening weekend at 4,058 screen sites in Northern America. Sunday's estimate result throws serious doubt onto what had been high hopes for a box office success story. And one of the most surprising turnarounds in recent years, Blade Runner 2049 fell far short of expectations, which had been in the 45 to 50 million range at the start of the weekend, amid stellar reviews, strong advanced ticket sales, and the revered status of 1982's Blade Runner. Instead, the film grossed only a moderate 12.7 million on Friday, including 4 million from Thursday night previews. Saturday saw an 11% decline to 11.4 million, and Sunday's projected total was 7.4 million. The key factors for underperformance were the movie's 163-minute running time, which limits the number of showings each day. Did not think of that. That's true.
Oh, I didn't even
It is 3 hours long, which means you can have like 2 or 3 fewer showings every day. Plus, far less traction among younger moviegoers than anticipated. No one anticipated that it was going to be young. Young people were going to flock to see this movie.
Well, I don't know. It's Ryan Gosling. It's a sci-fi vibe. What I'm hoping for is that with all of the reviews out, I hope that word of mouth is out there and people realize that, like, because in the past you've seen movies that you would have never thought you'd go see.
Like Gone Girl.
Yes, that's a great
But the
example.
ratings are so high and so incredible. You're like, I have to go see what's
But
up.
there's a lot going against this, the fact that it's a sequel. The amount of people that are going to be like, do I need to see the first one? I think that will limit the Gone Girl type people in half. Because
I do think people that do try to see the original will be turned off by
Absolutely.
wanting to see the sequel, because there are a lot of like really bad scenes and like there's a lot of bad acting in the first one that, like, if I didn't know that...
How dare you, sir?
It is.
How
There's a lot of bad acting.
dare you?
Man.
How dare you, sir?
I
don't think it... All right, we won't go into that. It's just a sign of its time. It's like, so you can't watch a movie from the 40s and be like, they're bad acting. It's just different. It was a different time back then.
But I mean,
totally.
but that's the thing is, yeah, it doesn't hold up, especially when you're.
But you could
trying to
argue
be
the same thing
convinced.
about A New Hope, where you're like, all of them are terrible actors,
Oh,
except
I
for Harrison
agree.
Ford.
I
But A New
Carrie
Hope is
Fisher's doing a
easy to
fucking English
understand.
accent half the time. Like, yo, the Lord Vader. You know, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yo, foul stench from high. And it's like, Carrie, come on. Do more cocaine. Too soon?
Impersonation.
There's a lot.
I couldn't remember the line, and I panicked, and then I went deep into it. This is disappointing, and it's disappointing for a number of reasons. It's the same thing that always happens when a good movie comes out and underperforms. It's the same fucking problem, is that you can't have it both ways. You either need to get off your seat, and go see Blade Runner, or you can't complain that Hollywood is just churning out the same shit over and over again if you're not going to go support a movie like this. And that was the crux of my tweet. I'm like, if you want good things, you have to go support the good things that are currently out. You can't be like, oh, maybe I won't go see. Force yourself to go see this movie this week.
Yeah. I mean,
bring a friend, bring Ryan.
There's so many people, the Greg Millers of the world, that are like,
shit.
I don't want to watch this because like the 3-hour movie, I'm not interested to spend 3 hours in a theater. It's like, go fuck yourself. I hate you so much.
You'll spend 2 hours and 30 minutes in fucking Batman vs. Superman or whatever it was. But you won't see this.
Max Landis had a theory that it's because of the trailers for this movie, which we all were like, this is fucking awesome. The trailers didn't spoil shit. But the problem being, the trailers did not tell what the story is about at all. Yeah. So if you aren't interested and you're just kind of vaguely like, Blade Runner sounds cool, because Blade Runner sounds cool.
Fucking dope, man.
The trailer doesn't necessarily sell you if you're not sold already.
No.
You know?
It is an uphill battle as far as getting this one out there. Because you can't, also, it's just not even possible, really, to spoil the plot in a 1.5 minute long trailer.
I'm sure they'd find a way.
I'm sure they could find a way. Yeah, I mean, if anyone out there in the chat or anyone watching this on YouTube or listening to this on iTunes hasn't seen Blade Runner, you're on the fence, give it a shot. It is a cool fucking movie, and it is a deeply rich sci-fi film. So if you like sci-fi and you want that, like a deeper experience that's better than, like, say, I don't know, an Alien Covenant or Prometheus, or anything that's coming out of that camp in the last like 3 years, or Transformers, anything like that, give this a shot. It's beautiful. It is a fucking masterclass of craftsmanship. It is the height of every single vertical that goes into making a film. Great sound design, great cinematography, great acting, great writing, great special effects, great editing.
Great Gosling.
Great Gosling.
I mean, it's got the fucking gauze in it. Again, I've criticized it a little bit. It's not without its critique. Like, there are certain things with it that I'm like, okay, this is, it didn't have to be necessarily 30 minutes or 3 hours long. Could have cut some, Denis Villeneuve. But it's worth seeing if you're a film lover, so go see it for Christ's sake.
King Edie says, isn't supporting a sequel the same as supporting Hollywood doing the same shit all the time? No, not when this sequel is everything that sequels should be, which is different and
somebody gave
better.
me shit in the comments for saying this, but I'm going to say it again because I do think there's a distinction that's worth being made. The word sequel has a bad stigma attached to it, right? When you think sequel, you think, okay, this is a cash grab. This is just, we're going to do another one of these because it worked out well. Case in point, I just started watching Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Right? Okay? That's a sequel of like, hey, this thing was good, let's continue the story, right? This is less, in my opinion, a sequel and more, hey, let's go back to this world and tell a different story that just happens to have some tie-ins with the first story, right?
I want more stories in this world.
I do too, and I think it's really, really cool.
I want more from this fucking world.
But it's unfortunate because I don't think they're gonna make this movie
Here are my two grievances with the film.
What are they, Andy?
Just come on, kid. No, I like you over there. You stay over there, because I like watching you stretch and like work out a little bit.
Sure. Okay.
You do what you want to do.
Not enough synthwave. We need more synthwave in this movie.
Fuck yeah.
We didn't get just fucking like cool ass sci-fi synthwave. And also, we need more Ryan Gosling abs.
I thought we got a good amount of both of those things.
I don't think we saw his abs once.
We did. I was happy with them. They were there. They were prominent.
I needed more of his body.
But
Doom Patrol 78 says, screw you, Nick. Bogus Journey is great. It's not. I'm using it as an example. Sorry.
I liked the limited amount of the synth stuff because it made it more meaningful and impactful for because it only played when they were in certain places.
Yeah, I mean, I
enjoyed that.
They used the synth like environmental make it like really eerie and shit. But I just wanted like scenes of him walking like. Here, like I'm doing an example of it right now, like walking, like dun 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 dun, you know, like that. Like
you gotta stop listening to Rob Zombie. You gotta stop listening to Rob Zombie. Yeah. We've talked enough about Blade Runner.
You guys get it. Go fucking watch this movie. Like
it's worth it.
Prove Greg Miller wrong.
Don't be dummies. Be smarties.
Not to. Yeah, we have to. We don't have to watch it. We have to talk about it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to just in one breath say prove Greg Miller wrong, but then also let's prove Greg Miller right. The new Justice League trailer's out, and I fucking loved it.
Did you really?
I fucking got juiced on this.
Really?
Well, first off, I'm a huge sucker for covers of songs.
Yeah.
And they've done that twice now. They did This Is Heroes, and then what was the other one like?
We Give You Heroes.
Come Together.
Yeah.
Right now. I'm like, I'm fucking into this. But
that wasn't a cover though, was it? That was just a song.
No, well they kind of like redid it. They kind of like retooled it a little bit.
The modern trailer thing.
Yeah. They did the trailer thing. This I was like, it just looks fun. And I know it's going to be a total travesty. I know that fooled me once, shame on me. You fooled me twice, shame on me. Fooled me whatever the fuck time this is 3 times. Like, I'm just a glutton for punishment at this point. But I'm hyped about this, man. I want to get into it.
I mean, here's my thing. I am absolutely not hyped watching this trailer. I was just like, oh my God, like everything I didn't like about the other trailers, there's just more of it here. Like seeing that dream sequence you just saw, I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And then it immediately just turns into just a bunch of nothingness. And whatever. Am I going to watch this movie? Yeah. Am I part of the problem? I am 100%. Absolutely part of the problem.
Did I just say go watch Blade Runner if you want to see that kind of film and don't support this kind of thing? 100%. Am I going to watch this fucking opening night? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Because you know what, in my world I can have both.
In this movie.
I know.
How many times
There's a lot of
has
surfing in this, actually.
oh, this looks fun. How many times has that backfired on you? I saw Woody Jang, who's a fan of Kind of Funny. He's also an artist at Telltale Games. Woody Jang was like, he told Barrett, oh, fun just like the Suicide Squad trailer. And that's like, I could not have put it more perfectly. The Suicide Squad trailer is like the best trailer I think I've ever seen in my life.
No, see, to me, and this is where everyone talks about Suicide Squad. I watched the Suicide Squad trailer, and I'm like, this does not seem right to me. This is missing like any of the comedic beats that I want. The action doesn't look. For me, it wasn't a great trailer, and that's why, like, when I was not surprised when Suicide Squad was what it was. This to me, just like, and even just looking at it, I'm like, this is gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, guys.
It's not gonna be fun. This movie's not gonna be fun. It's gonna have a couple scenes that are like, oh, that's neat. That was interesting.
So do you think it's gonna be? So here's the biggest problem I have that I don't want it to be. I don't care if it's bad. I just want it to be fun. But the problem is, at a certain point, in the recent DC movies, it gets boring. And that is the cardinal sin of any movie. Yeah. If I check my watch during a film, you've not done your job. You're gonna fucking
check your watch so many times.
But Ezra Miller,
there's so much about this that just bothers me.
Well, and also some of the effects don't look great. Like when they look back, when she look back, she's like smiling.
This whole thing,
We'll see, everyone. It'll be a beautiful, beautiful travesty.
I have a bone.
Here's a funny line.
Trailers.
What's your bone?
Here's my bone.
Give it to me. What's your bone?
Give me your bone.
Everybody.
Andy, we're going to start a new segment on the Kind of Funny morning show that I'm sure I'll forget about by tomorrow called Andy Has a Bone to Pick.
Here's Andy's bone.
Here's Andy's bone. We'll call it Andy's bone. Give it to me, Andy.
And I'm going to give you this thick bone.
Give us that
girthy bone.
Just fucking overly sized for your body bone.
Yeah, heavy.
Just why does that bone exist on a man whose frame is a good 5'5"?
So when people remake or use old classic rock and roll songs,
come together.
I mean, I like it, right? It's cool, right? Mm-hmm. We've seen it with Led Zeppelin. We've seen it a lot with AC/DC. There's so much AC/DC in like modern trailers. I have a fucking bone to pick. Here's my bone for Ready Player One.
Stop saying
what?
They use the Rush song in the
that trailer's terrible.
So here's the thing, like, I could tell that the people were like, you know what? Nobody's used Rush in a trailer, and they're like a great classick rock band.
That wasn't a cover, that was just straight up the song.
No, it was a straight up song, but it's
they covered Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka.
But they wanted to use they were just like, you know what? Everybody's used AC/DC, everybody's used Led Zeppelin. Let's use Rush, and it's like in the worst way possible.
Well, what's weird about it is that trailer's 2 trailers in one.
Yeah, it is.
Like it plays the Pure Imagination thing, and it's a full trailer. It literally says Ready Player One, goes black, then that shit starts, and then there's a new trailer.
But it's just so poorly
where they all
together.
get in the things.
Yeah.
Because here's what I think happened. I don't think that movie's coming together well, and I think when you see a trailer like that, someone somewhere was like, we need to tell people this is an action movie. And so let's show the action part. But that trailer, there's nothing good about it. It starts with narration explaining the world, and you're like, oh, that's not a good sign.
That's never a good sign.
That's not great.
I'm kind of into the trailer. I thought it looked unique.
I think it is
the movie looks terrible.
It's a great concept. Sometimes trailers aren't great, but I don't have high hopes for that.
The Lyrian in the City of a Thousand Planets looked incredible.
That's my thing. I put that in the same league where I'm like, oh, there's a lot of interesting visuals that I've never seen before in this trailer.
Right.
That's cool. But yeah, it's not.
I just say it wasn't cut well together. Like in the Suicide Squad trailer, when they're playing the Queen song, you wanna let me go, let me, and all the hits are like gun bang.
Which is now just like every trailer.
Yeah, exactly. But like nothing creative was done.
And then Edgar Wright made an entire movie.
And also, I love Rush a lot, and they just did them poorly.
The Steve 9X says none of them read the book. That is true. We do not know the story of Ready Player One, but to be fair, we're not judging the story itself. We are judging this movie strictly on what's been given us, which is a trailer that is 2 trailers in one.
The character in Ready Player One, who was like the super rich, smart dude that, I don't know what, but he was based on my old boss, Richard Garriott.
Abs says, Ready Player One's trailer was awesome. Rush is actually integral to the story. So maybe we're missing a key factor here.
Maybe.
In that Rush is owned by Warner Brothers. I have no idea. I don't know how that could possibly work in.
That's funny.
Of course, we'll give it a shot. We'll see. We see everything. I love movies, both good and bad. Next news story. This is something that dropped yesterday, and a lot of people are in a tizzy about this, to which I will reply after reading the story. What? It's a huge surprise. No surprise that fucking trailers spoil shit.
Yeah.
Right? This comes from...
Can you pull it up, Greg?
NME.com. I don't know why I pulled it from here. It says Star Wars, The Last Jedi director, on why fans should avoid tonight's trailer. Rian Johnson warns fans that the new trailer is full of spoilers. Star Wars The Last Jedi is getting a brand new trailer tomorrow, and director Rian Johnson is warning fans to avoid it if you're trying to go into the movie without too much plot revealed. Lucasfilm has now announced the new trailer for The Last Jedi will debut in the early hours of Tuesday morning, October 10th. It will get its first showing during ESPN's Monday Night Football, airing at a halftime in an NFL match between Minnesota Vikings and Chicago Bears, 8:15 Eastern Time. I don't know what Eastern Time is, which equates to 1:15 a.m. in the UK. However, Rian Johnson has warned over Twitter that despite a trailer being good, fans should absolutely avoid it if they want to see the film without too much plot. And they have a link to his tweet there. Bear in mind, due to the directorial changes of Colin Trevorrow and to J.J. Abrams, the final Star Wars movie of this trilogy has been pushed back. That's just a side note. Tim?
Yes.
Are you at all surprised that the director of a movie has stated that not the first trailer, but the second trailer for the movie might spoil some things in the movie?
I mean, whatever. It is.
Don't we know this at this point?
We definitely do know this. I think it's cool that he's
fucking Spider-Man Homecoming. We're like we've seen the entire
fucking movie. And guess what? Like Star Wars has been pretty good, but then once it gets to with their trailers in the modern
no,
time,
dude, if we're 2 months out, don't watch the trailers.
That's the thing is where like with Episode 8. It's interesting how little we've seen of this movie.
We've only seen the theme trailer, right, where it's like light, blue, and dark. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm like, okay, cool, I like that, right?
And that's all we've seen. And
oh god, that's loud.
And we're now literally months away. Like
when does it drop? In
2 months away. Yeah, December.
Yeah, great.
Mid-December. So it's like, wow, this is the closest we've been to a major movie like this where we haven't seen it much. However, that's all about to change. We're about to get this next trailer, and then the next month and a half are going to be commercial spot after commercial spot after commercial spot.
You're not going to be able to walk into a Burger King without getting Star Wars all over your face.
So it's like, at this point, you need to make a conscious effort to not be spoiled and not watch these things.
Yeah.
We live in trailer culture.
We live in a time of trailer. We were trailer culture, right? So it's on you if this movie gets spoiled by one of the trailers. Just don't watch it. You know you're going to go fucking see The Last Jedi anyway. Avoid it.
God damn it.
Man.
And he thinks we're back.
Are we back? Are we back?
All right, cool. Good.
Still recording. Fantastic, everyone. Again, we live stream this every day on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames, and for the last 2 days, we are 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Let's
read, and also Star Wars tickets go on sale tonight. The new trailers tonight during the Monday Night Football game. There's the news.
Get it.
Can you pull up the tips?
Yes, I can. I hope I can.
I just want to...
What's your next bone to pick?
I want to call out... I want to roast Joey Noel right now.
Okay.
I walk into the room. Guess whose Twitch stream she's watching? Not yours.
No.
This woman has a problem. I walk into the room. She's watching a stream of fucking Stardew Valley. Are you fucking kidding me? You have a problem.
Joey, you can play the game. You have the game.
So this is Jenna, who's in our community, who's playing Stardew Valley for the first time, and I was giving her tips.
Yeah, you need them hot tips for Stardew Valley.
But we need you here.
I'm also working on stuff.
Speaking of tips, let's read the tips.
Okay.
Because Fran Mirabella is here.
Yo.
And he's going to be on Kind of Funny Games Daily.
I'm so excited about that. Our first tip comes from Justin Guns 96. Says, paying my birthday tax. Just turned 21. Now to display to the public my love for bourbon. Keep up the great work, guys. Be careful tonight. If you're just turning 21, don't overdo it. Top Tier Taco says, this tip's for Cool Greg. James and the crew hanging out for Hell in the Cell last night. Hashtag Kind of Funny Wrestling.
Oh, James is on the stream too?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Awesome, love it. Big Bad Beluga's giving us tips. His birthday tax. I'm a little sick, So to the point where I can't talk, but all of your videos have made the past few sleepless nights a bit more bearable. Love you guys. Keep killing it. Stay safe. XOXO. Dirt410 says, wait, it's my birthday and I'm giving you money? That doesn't seem right at all. Keep up the fantastic whatever. Time to get back to my shitty farm in Stardew. Man, people are addicted to this game. Ignacio Rojas says, yesterday I watched Blade Runner Final Cut. It's slow, boring, what's the plot? Nothing happens. It's not good. Apparently I'm not the only one. Here's a fun clip. No, I'm not. First off, we're not playing that clip. Second off, no, you're not the only one that thinks Blade Runner is fun or boring. It is. It's very slow. And in a culture, I get it. Everyone's got to have fucking Aquaman and Batman hanging out.
Aquaman
and then the second,
throwing his fucking spear. Oh my God!
Check it out. Thanks, man. Yeah, buddy. My man. Fucking A, right? And then you go to those movies and you go, I don't know, I didn't like that movie very much, right? Because it didn't have a fucking nuance to it. Okay, there's no theme in those movies.
You know what I think?
There's no character development in those movies. There's no Ryan Gosling in those movies.
That is true. There is no Gosling.
Okay, you guys can't have it both ways. Maybe you're just not the kind of person that likes things that are good. Have you thought about that? Maybe you just have an existence that you live that is a thin facade of a human being. You're living on fucking breakfast cereal and ramen, and you're playing games that don't matter and watching movies that don't matter. Or maybe you just find Blade Runner boring. I don't know.
It's
because it is fucking
I've heard it both ways.
It is kind of long. I have heard it both ways.
Maybe you're a great dude. Not your taste.
Maybe it's just not for you. You were born in 1990 and you just can't get it in a movie.
You just don't understand it.
10 years before you were.
Not to go too far back into this, but with Justice League, I think my biggest problem with it is I see this trailer and instead of it moving towards more of what we like about superhero movies,
they've gone. They got to go through it.
It's once again, it's just them versus a sea of CG clones.
Right.
It's just the cannon fodder everywhere, where these guys are just gonna like rip through these CG black things. And it's just that there's nothing interesting about that.
What are they called? Paratroopers? No, parademons?
The parademons, yeah.
Parademons, yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a glorious mess. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing I always do. It's going to be my carb day. I'm going to get a giant thing of popcorn, a giant Diet Coke, and fucking just enjoy
Just fucking go to town.
Shout out to Andy, by the way.
Shout out to Andy.
Giant popcorn for Blade Runner. And didn't share it with anyone. He just ate.
So full of
he
shit.
just ate the whole fucking thing himself, except for the half of the popcorn that he spilled before the trailers even started.
He did that.
And then every time he moved his foot, I heard crunch, crunch, crunch.
I offered it to everybody. You're full of shit.
Because like he spilled it, and half of it spilled by him, and he looked at it and scooped up the stuff from the top that wasn't touching anything, and was like, "Should I put this back into the box?" I'm like, "No, they don't clean these seats."
No,
and he did it anyway.
It wasn't touching the seat.
He did it anyway.
It was floating on a cushion of...
Floating on a cushion. Desaro says, I mean, Tim, Age of Ultron was the same. And that's why Age of Ultron isn't one of the better Marvel movies. That's the big problem with it, is it's just fucking garbage flying around.
Ultrons. Age of Ultron missed the best part of Ultron was that you can't fucking kill him because he's a machine. He just keeps uploading a conscious. Doesn't matter. King Eddie says, hey guys, wanted to send a tip for Tim saying my name right. Everyone says Eddie, and Nick's shirt looks like it says Chew Tits. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving all. Is it Edie? King Edie?
Sure does look like
It sure does look like Chew Tits.
Fair enough. Mystery Ass Man 300 says, Nick, I created a supporting character after you in my novel as a nightclub owner, and he'll appear throughout the series, 4 books. Cool Greg's character, who's in the 3rd book, is a talented con artist. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't wait to read it. Audio Tech says, Nick, have you watched I'm Dying Up Here, Jim Carrey's new show based on the LA Comedy Store during the 1970s? Also, Cool Greg, thoughts on the AJ Styles versus Greg Miller WrestleMania video I made? Question mark. Cool Greg, I don't know. Have you seen that video that he's made?
Yeah, it's like a little promo video for them to fight each other at WrestleMania. It's pretty fucking hype, man.
Let's get that going.
Let's go.
Greg will die.
Get that
Greg will
going.
die. Greg's not athletic, but that's great. I have watched I'm Dying Up Here. I like it a lot. DJ Kento says, being evacuated because of the fire. Stay safe, everyone.
Holy shit.
We'll be planning a charity stream to raise money for the people affected when this all settles down. Love you. DJ Kento, get out. Be safe.
Be safe.
Run toward water.
Be safe, DJ Kento.
Case J. Wood says, Tim, you like the Ready Player One trailer, but not the JL trailer. I think you might just have a bit of DC hate boner.
See, here's the problem. So many people are saying that. Like, someone here is like, the first Avengers was the same thing. Came over Greg, he says. I'm well aware. And that's the thing, is like, when the first Avengers movie came out now, 5, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30-something years ago.
Was 84
and it was
years
just
ago.
Like, that was different. That was one of the first times we saw that.
Also, that movie built up to that point so that it felt gratifying when they did smash through all those. It was the first time we saw them fighting as a team. It was really cool.
And despite that, I still have the same issue with it because, it was generic to see.
Because here's what happens. You're like,
down.
oh, that's so cool. That part with fucking Hulk and Thor was great. And then they get to Hawkeye. You know what I mean? It's just like, you know the series what's going like, and fucking Iron Man's blasting things, and then Hulk's smashing things, and Thor comes from the fucking to the sky, and he's electrifying things, and then it goes up to the thing, and Hawkeye's going like, he's just shooting stupid fucking arrows and shit.
Just like that.
He's got like, where does he get? He's got like 500 arrows in that fucking quiver.
Yeah, good Lord.
It's stupid. It's so stupid.
But no, the Ready Player One, I'm just saying that there's visuals that are interesting. I'm not saying it's a good trailer. I'm not saying I like the trailer.
No, again, I think the concept of Ready Player One is awesome, and it's Steven Spielberg, so I'm going to give the movie a shot. It's just, it's a bad trailer. It's not, it doesn't get you hyped for it. It's too fucking long.
What are those?
I keep looking at Andy like Andy's going to agree with me on this, and Andy's thinking about popcorn.
What are the orc things that they keep highlighting?
I think they're just generic. I think that's just the main character of the movie.
I think he's an orc.
Yeah, I think
Like
it's just like a generic.
his avatar is an orc or some shit.
I thought it was like an homage to like.
But I don't know. This guy's, they got people in the comments have me all maybe he's fucking Neil Peart. I don't know. maybe the Rush tie-in is that he's got to be fucking. Who's the lead singer from Rush?
Geddy Lee.
Yeah, he's got to be Geddy Lee. It's like turns out Geddy Lee is the fucking master of Ready Player One.
I saw tons in chat. People were like, "Oh no, you don't get it. Rush is a part." And it's like, no, I'm not mad that they use them. I'm mad that they use them really badly. Like, you do better.
Do better. Do fucking better. Are we done with tips?
We're done with tips.
Okay, cool. Can you...
P.S. I love you?
Yeah.
P.S. I love this best friend XOXO is your opportunity to shout someone out in the community that you think is doing a good job. Or if you're like this person who is currently shouting someone out, you can shout yourself out. Just like Soul Trapper is shouting out Soul Trapper. Of course, he went to kindafunny.com/bestfriend and nominated himself. He said, not long ago, Tim said, there would be no shame for someone that nominates themselves. Seeing as how no one has done this yet, I figured, why not be the first?
Hell yeah.
So can I get a round of applause for being a
yes.
longtime best friend? Love you guys. Keep being awesome. Well, I'm conflicted on this because I don't like people who nominate themselves for things.
I love that.
But if you're a longtime best, I mean, whatever, man. Good for you. We love you. Thanks for being
Why
a
don't you
community.
like people that nominate themselves?
There's just a level of humility that a human being should have.
And that's why you're a loser, Nick Scarpino.
That is why I'm a loser. That is why I'm a loser. That's very true. Tim, it's giveaway time.
It is giveaway
We do
time.
not have an illustrious sponsor for this week, and I know that's unfortunate. Everyone out there was looking for they love our reads. They love our reads for Blue Apron and the movement watches and things like that. But we don't have it right now. Today we're just giving away 2 games because our stream went down on Friday, and we did not give away a game there. So we're going to give away 2 games to make up for that, and we apologize. And thank you for all of you who stuck with us on that and then went and watched our full Blade Runner review. Shout out to everyone who was like, this episode's terrible because all it is Blade Runner spoilers. Sorry about that. We'll do better. We'll do better. This week, our first winner, of course, Tim, how do you win? Well, there's 4 ways you can win.
4
Right?
ways.
1, you can be in the Twitch chat right now. No need to spam. You're entered to win. We randomly pick someone from that as well. 2, you can be a subscriber. Of course, you can give us your hard-earned money. Or if you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch Prime subscription. That you have to re-up every month, and it is unfortunate, but it really does help. So if you don't give it to us, give it to someone because it's free money that's out there. It's an awesome thing Amazon's doing to support its creators, and we'd like you guys to utilize that to some degree. 3, you can go to patreon.com/kindafunny, or patreon.com/kindafunnygames. You get all sorts of cool perks and stuff over there. You can support us at the $2 above level. You get our show, early access to all of our shows, including Party Mode, which has been fucking phenomenal lately on Kinda Funny Games, and Cooking with Greggy, which has been really fun as well. Some would say surprisingly fun.
Surprisingly fun.
Surprisingly fun.
Put it
to
on the
watch
box.
Greg cook. I like it a lot.
Yeah?
I shot the show.
You did
I had
shoot
a great
the show.
time. I'm featured in the show.
You're featured
It's great.
heavily.
It's great. Our first winner comes from our Kinda Funny Patreon. Congratulations to Preston Torres.
Ba, 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 ba.
Preston has won. Fuck you, Joey. Seriously, she picked this game on purpose because she knows I can't speak. Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash on the PS4. Joey, you're fired. You are fired for that. And our next winner comes from Kinda Funny Games Patreon. John Burleson.
Huh?
What the fuck is Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash? You just do that shit to piss me off, don't you?
Yes,
Okay.
but it's an actual game.
I don't doubt it. There's a code that's associated with it that I see here.
I'm sorry.
Preston Torres, if you're watching this show right now, or you see the show, I want you to play this game, and I want you to record yourself. We will feature your review of this game in one of the Kinda Funny morning shows.
Isn't it one of those like Criminal Girls-ish kind
I
of
can,
games?
based on the name, I would assume so.
Yeah.
I just imagine this is like
Peach Beach
Bikini
Splash
Girls.
is what got me, though.
Peach Beach
I didn't
Splash.
pick this on purpose today. I picked it on Friday.
Our next winner is John Burleson from the Kind of Funny Games Patreon. He has won Ironcast on Switch, which is a much easier thing to say. Yeah. Joey Noel, who is not watching the stream. Anyway, Tim, let's go to the old 3 and 3. We're gonna talk to you guys. This is our opportunity to talk to you guys. Ask us questions. Tell me how wrong I am about Blade Runner. I like hearing it. I fucking feed off of it. Someone called me pretentious the other day in the comments. My first time.
Really?
I was like, good. I'm doing something right.
You're doing something right.
Because if you're not critiquing a film like Blade Runner and at least one person calls you pretentious, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right.
What?
That's just hilarious. Nothing.
Mr. Yasmin300 says, guys, The Rock officially announced the title of the Fast and Furious spinoff. It's Hobbs. Also, rumor has it that Shane Black might direct the film.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. I'll take that. I will take that, sir.
I am so into that.
Also, shout out to, we were talking about this over the weekend, and I mentioned it briefly, but there's 2 documentaries that are around right now streaming. One is Spielberg on HBO, which I haven't watched, but it's supposed to be good. The other is 5'2", which is the Lady Gaga documentary, and it's on Netflix, and it's fucking awesome. It chronicles all the events leading up to her launching her last album and then doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And it is fucking awesome. If you want to see the definition of what it takes to be that level of celebrity, how much work goes into that, watch this documentary because it'll blow you away. Pan Zurich says, ugh, do we need a Fast and Furious movie that's not about the family? Yes, because if there's one thing better than family, sir, it's extended family. Okay? You want to have a fun Christmas Eve dinner like I do, you got to get the extended family in there, sir. Okay? You think everyone at the barbecue was 100% family? No. There's some outliers.
Yeah.
Jesse. Did he die? Is he still around?
He's gone.
Oh, fucking I'm sorry. R.I.P. Jesse. Sorry. Who are people saying? Honey Boo Boo says, Nick, can you talk about that scene from the first Blade Runner? Is this a different time, or does it make him a bad character? I believe you're talking about the sex scene between him and Sean Young. I don't know. I don't know why that scene was shot the way it was.
That was very aggressive. Out of place in that movie.
Very aggressive. I don't know. I think the scene was supposed to be like she's like finally giving in to their attraction, like they're both giving into the attraction, but it does come off a little harsh.
Yeah,
that's all I'll say about that. I had the same reaction when I saw the newest James Bond film.
Yeah.
And he was trying to seduce Monica Bellucci, and it came off a little rapey.
Yeah, I mean, that's not okay.
Not a cool look.
Not a cool look, all.
Everyone. So yeah, I don't know. But the movie, in spite of that, is shoppy. At least the scene was shoppy.
Striving says Pacific Rim trailer thoughts. I can't believe that movie doesn't interest me.
I don't know why it interests anyone. I saw the first one, I'm like, granted, I got the wife factor, right? I saw it with my wife, first 5 seconds. You know how sometimes you ever watch something with Gia and she's like, yeah, and then you're like, this is ruined for me forever?
Yeah.
That movie is ruined for me forever. Having said that, I didn't like the first one very much at all. And the fact that the second one is getting so much hype from people, I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's John Boyega.
Is he getting hype from people?
People, Pacific Rim fans, they're like, yeah, this is awesome, more Pacific Rim.
I mean, all I've seen on the internet is people hate this trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not the right person to judge it because I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's a good trailer, I'm not gonna see the movie. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Let's go to Submode. By the way, people are asking what my shirt says. It says Chujitsu, which is a channel on YouTube that I watch about a guy named, I think his name's Nick Albin. Yeah. And he does jiu-jitsu tutorials. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, I think, out of, I don't know where he's out of. I only watch it.
I don't know where he's out of.
I don't watch it that much, but I wanted to support him because I thought some of his videos were really cool, especially when I was first getting into jiu-jitsu. So I bought this shirt. Also, I like the color of it. But they call him Chewy because he kind of looks, he's very hairy. Just check out Jiu-Jitsu if you're into Jiu-Jitsu. It's a great channel. Go subscribe to it.
Panzer2 says, Tim, has Google cut you guys a check for borrowing the name Kinda Blue for their phone, even if the color is off? That was interesting. You see this? The Pixel 2?
No.
It's available in whatever they want to fucking call white and whatever they want to call black. And then the blue is Kinda Blue, which is very interesting because it's more like this color blue than it is Kinda Funny Blue. Yeah.
No, they stole from us.
Yeah, they did.
Do we, our legal team, unfortunately, is on honeymoon right now.
So we're going to have to Google it to figure out how to
So we're going to have,
if
anyone's a lawyer out there and wants to help us sue Google, I think we can win. I think we have a pretty strong case.
Yeah.
I don't think Google will be that aggressive in defending this lawsuit. So I think they'll just give us millions of dollars.
I'm down to ask nicely.
I bet Google has an entire building full of lawyers.
I would rather, instead of millions of dollars, I'd rather they just make it the right blue. It's one of my,
But then the question is, would you leave Apple to have that color blue phone? No, so why even bother? It's not even worth it. Let's just sort.
Apple has that color blue phone already. They just don't call it. Yeah, the iPhone C is.
Who the fuck wants an iPhone C?
My brother has an iPhone C.
Well, his phone doesn't work that
well.
well.
And it's blue. His phone does not.
Every time I
work
text
that
him, I get the 3 dots, and then 7 hours later, hey man, sorry. Where you at?
Yeah.
Cool Greg's too cool for me.
He's definitely too cool. You want to take the last one?
Let's take one more. The Steve Knight X is just reminding everyone that Kevin is both HR and legal for this company. He is indeed. We made him HR because we act sometimes inappropriately around him, and we want him to be culpable for that.
Yeah.
So if he sues us, he has to also sue himself. That's how that works.
Smart.
Phone wars. I'll go out with this. Antony82 says, Nick, saw the trailer for HBO show for Mosaic. Choose Your Own Path storyline in Soderbergh. No, but it sounds awesome. I'll check that out. That's it. Let me double check there's no more tips. Nope, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny Morning Show for Monday, October 9th. To all of you up there in Napa, hang in there, be safe. We're thinking about you. To everyone else in the world, bunker down, because I'm sure there's some other fucking horrible thing that's about to happen to you. But we'll be back tomorrow. That's the good news. 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tim, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you also for contributing to my hangover.
Oh my God.
Because last night was rough, but we're going to do it again tonight. Love you all. Follow me on Instagram for more stories. Follow Tim on Twitter. And get me to 69,000 followers on Twitter as well. Cool, Greg, thank you. Take us out.